Okay, so apparently, the people who are involved in most of the rapes occurring and preventing anything from like being stopped is these two kids, like three of them mainly. So it was, one of them, her name is Seed. Oops, I try to say her name, her last name and her first name at the same time. It's Tina Sedeji Perry, but in my language, her last name means like Sadegi Pari. I don't know what Sadegi means. It's like a slang in Korean for like, not slang. It's like country talk for like kind of a slut. Is basically that's what that means. It's slut. Her last name is slut. And I was like, is this real? Like, there's no way her actual last name is slut. Who would do that? She's so proud of it too. He's like walking around in elementary school, like just saying, "Oh, I think I'm just gonna change my last name to Pari or something." I'm like, "Pari in my language means fly." Like, you eat shit for a living. Like, what the fuck? She actually ended up doing that. So I was like, "Yo, it's like irony. It's not really ironic. Like, you are what you are saying you are, and all that kind of stuff. Wow, kudos." Why would anybody name their kid Sadeki Pari? You just change that shit. You can get a name change from the government. Like, yeah, that's so funny. It's not funny. Like, I actually hate that bitch. But yeah, she was like the one behind it, and then there was another kid named Dustin Ho or something, and they're all insanely jealous of me because none of them got into post-secondary education. I was their friend. I was supporting them, and they were jealous of me because they couldn't get into school, which makes no sense. I'm like, me getting into school was because of my own efforts, and it has nothing to do with like how I feel about being friends with you. You were the ones who were mistreating me because of your own insecurities, which is what led to us not being friends. Not because I thought I was better than you. You thought you were better than me actually, and you got jealous because you thought you were better than me. It turns out you weren't, and then you started hating on me. And I'm like, oh, what do you want me to tell you? Like, I just don't understand like why anybody would say that. But anyway, yeah, and then there's this kid named Fiona Doe or something who has a different last name than all of her siblings because she was the firstborn. And her parents spelled her name with an E instead of an I because they just didn't like the spelling of Fiona. They thought that it was like spelled this way. They didn't think it was spelled the other way. Yeah, that's why her name is just spelled weird and her last name is different from all her other siblings' last names. Yes, that's why. This sounds like something a nanny would say, like a British terrible nanny. Would say to like about a kid or something. I don't know. But basically, those three were like never like got over the fact that the reason we weren't friends was because of them. Okay, if you continually insult me and then spread rumors about me and talk shit about me behind my back, how am I supposed to be friends with you? Obviously, if it's a stranger doing that, then it's a lot more understandable. But for you to expect me to be friends with you and then do that and then get upset that I'm not friends with you, then I'm like, that's one of the things where like a little like, what the fuck? You know, it was a little nutty. But yeah, that's what they were like. I was friends with them. Like, we were friends, and then I found out all the stuff that they were doing behind my back, and then I stopped being friends with them, obviously. And then they got upset, and they were like, "Oh, how come like, blah blah, like yeah, you just think you're better than everyone. You're just jealous." And I'm like, "What?" Like, why would you even do that to begin with? Like, just if you want me to be your friend, then you're not supposed to treat people like that. You know, like if you treat somebody like that, you're telling them that you're not friends with that person, and it's because of something bad that they did, or like you just approve of that person's lifestyle because of reasons. That's what that means. Okay, people are allowed to have opinions, but it's like if you were telling me that you're upset because we're not friends and we're not friends because it's my fault because I stopped being friends with you because you did something bad that affected me negatively, that makes no sense to me. And I'm like, what? Why would I be friends with you after that? I mean, like, you ran out of your friendship credit points, okay? It wasn't like I was just gonna stick around while you do all those terrible things to me and I'm not gonna do a single thing about it or like continue to be friends with you, update you, keep you in my life. Absolutely not. Oh my god. Like, yeah, there are strangers who are like saying all these incredibly offensive things, but they're strangers at the end of the day, right? Like, they're probably not having a good time. You know what? I'm gonna say, I think all of them have been stalking me, but they're strangers, and I don't think they're expecting friendship out of that interaction. I don't think that's why they're doing that. But like, for them to like expect me to be friends with them and then plan all this revenge on me because of what they did, it doesn't make sense to me. I'm like, you know what that's called? That's called a crime. You know how criminals think? They think like that. Psychopaths think that way. You know, like, it doesn't matter how many wrongs that I've done. It's always your fault, and you're the one to blame. And you can't even like hold me accountable for any of the stuff that I've done because it's your fault. That's a psychopath.